Well, hello there, gang. It's me, Hank, doing the 30-day comic challenge. We are on day 22, and today is favorite artist, cover or interior. And I would like to direct your attention to a little poster up behind me here. That's Derek Robertson art. Derek Robertson's one of those guys. He was the artist on Transmetropolitan, which is easily one of the all-time greatest graphic novel series I've ever read, and he was also the primary artist and creator on The Boys, which is also one of the greatest comic series I've ever read. He was also the artist on Punisher Born, which you may recall I mentioned when I was talking about my favorite moments in the comic. I read New Warrior comics back in the 90s, and I really fell in love with them. I couldn't entirely tell you why. And then I grew up and I started reading Vertigo comics and more adult, weird comics. And there's this one artist who, every time he fucking does something, it's my favorite book. And then I look back and I realize that this dude has been drawing my favorite books since I was 15 years old. I feel like an old man now. And my whole life, since I was a kid, Derek Robertson has been drawing my favorite comics. When he drew the New Warriors, I wanted to be Speedball. I got my hair cut to look like Speedball. I wore an earring like he wore in a mini-story that Derek wrote and drew. Transmetropolitan, The Boys. He's done a bunch of other really crazy cool stuff. He did that book with Grant Morrison that was really cool. At the end of the day, man, I just fucking love Derek Robertson. As far as I'm concerned, he hits the sweet spot between looking kind of cartoony and looking very fucking realistic. When I went on my vacation to New York, I specifically went to places that he'd drawn so I could hang out there, and it's the coolest I've ever fucking felt. Like I was in one of his books. Fucking love that shit, man. There's a bunch of other dudes I really love. Frank Quitely is really high up on my list. Steve Dillon. R.I.P. Steve Dillon. One of the greatest men to draw a comic book. Yeah. I'm still a little freaked out about that he's not with us anymore. But, yeah, I wanted to take a moment to really say how special Derek Robertson's art has been in my life. He's my favorite artist, I think I'd have to say. That, the poster you see, I had one of those posters. I had a copy of that poster up on my wall when I was 15 years old. It's not the same one. That's a different one I bought online. But I've had that poster up on my wall what feels like my whole life now. It's one of my favorite fucking images. Anyways, 30-day comic book challenge. Today I'm talking about my favorite comic book artist, who is Derek Robertson. And that's what I got to say. I hope everybody is having a lovely day. It is bizarrely fucking snowy and cold in southern Canada today, which I am not fucking cool with. What do you think, Jean-Claude? Yeah, you always think that. Alright, let's go.